This episode of the Esoteric Order of Roleplayers is brought to you by the generosity of our backers on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/esotericrp to find out how you can become a backer too. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up with all the latest news, and join our Discord community to chat with players and fellow listeners. The Esoteric Order broadcasts from Santa Fe, New Mexico. We recognize these episodes are produced on the traditional territory of the Tewa-speaking Pueblo peoples, and we acknowledge their community, their ancestors, their elders both past and present, and future generations.
Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers present Guthormr, a Palladium story, with David Larkins as the Game Master. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, here we are. We're kicking off a new Palladium fantasy venture, and let's see where to begin. Well, why don't we set the scene?
Please.
So, the world of Palladium, as it is called, is roughly divided up into multiple kingdoms, empires, ruined empires, monster-infested wildernesses, and so on. And we're just going to be starting out in a little corner of the world, a little ill-regarded and easily forgotten armpit of the Palladium world.
I like that.
An armpit nestled under the shoulders of the mighty Bruga Bellamar Mountains.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Hello.
All right, hold on. Can you spell that for me?
I can indeed.
Brugar.
Bruga. So that's BRUU hyphen
Whoa.
GA hyphen Bellamar BELIMAR.
Wow.
These are,
okay, so Bruga Bellamar. Okay, good.
This is Wolfen. This is a sample of the Wolfen language, and it means the bones of Bellamar.
Ooh.
Bellamar is a dwarven god in the pantheon of the northern gods.
Okay.
He symbolizes strength and rune magic, and the mountains named after him are said, according to ancient legend, to house several of his secret rune and magic workshops hidden among the most towering and desolate mountain peaks.
Dope.
Not that anyone has ever found one of them in 10,000 years.
Until today.
Well, we'll see. This is going to turn into a rune weapon crafting campaign. Just going to have you make a lot of rolls. Most of them will be failures.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in the Bruga Bellamar Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And specifically, you, as a northerner from the Kingdom of Byzantium, have, you range far and wide in your travels as a monster hunter. And so, we'll just say that you found yourself in this particular corner of the world, in the course of pursuing your avocation, right?
Oh yeah. I wander all throughout the lands, just I mean, I'm a wanderer, and when I need food and money, I stop to see who needs a monster killed.
Anybody have any monster problems in this area?
That's right. If
Then you
not,
wait. The trick
that's
is
right.
you wait 10 seconds, because sometimes people don't answer right away. You give them a chance to answer
That's right.
before you, yeah.
I'm gonna wait till the end of this beer, and then I'm gonna leave town. So, anybody has any monster killing that needs done,
needs doing.
now's the time.
So yeah, you've traveled up from the coast along the winding vale of the Black River, and you're somewhere in the sort of ill-defined boundary lands that exist between the Wolfen Empire proper and a primarily human kingdom known, or not really kingdom, but human region known as the Eastern Territory, which is sort of a patchwork of kingdoms and, princedoms and city-states and,
So many kings in the area.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm right between them and the Wolfen Empire.
Correct.
Kind of a no man's land almost,
if you will, or even a disputed land.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, I'm here to shake things up politically.
I'm here to cause a war, baby.
That's right, dude. Can't do war crimes if there's no war.
Can't do war crimes if you ain't got the war time. All right.
Yeah, let's have a drink.
Let's just take a sip there. All right, so all right. So you've spotted already this sort of mid-morning. It's springtime. Spring, of course, comes a bit late to this part of the world, still being fairly northern latitudes, but the roads are still muddy from the snow melt and the rains. Leafy buds are coming in on the trees and the various vegetation. But life, is slowly returning after a long, hard winter. And so it's mid-morning, still a bit chill in the air, breath puffing out ahead of you as you walk along this little, really just like a cart road that parallels the river. But up ahead, you've spotted sign of habitation, a town of some kind. And gradually, as you're walking along, before you even catch sight of the town, you begin to take note that the road on either side is periodically features a little shrine, or a carving of a god, or even like a kind of like a totem pole, if you will, a little wooden pole with various gods carved into it, and that these seem to be increasing in frequency as you are walking along.
I'd like to stop at one of these. I guess it doesn't matter which. Mm-hmm. And well, I would actually might take a moment to describe what I look like.
Yes, indeed. As you stop to examine one of these roadside shrines, what would we see?
This is what we see. I think I don't want to throw out my height and weight and then get it wrong. So I want to look at my character sheet. Is height and weight on here? Okay, yeah. So my height is tall. My weight is thin.
Okay. A tall, thin person.
Yeah, a tall, thin person. I kind of have a very, I would say maybe like chest length, yellow blonde beard. That's kind of angular, square cut. Mm-hmm. With like a long triangular mustache kind of covering most of my mouth, and very like cut angular features on my face. My head is shaved on the side, and then I have kind of a long like mohawk, but it's not like spiked up or anything. It's just kind of swept to the side.
Right.
Although it does have a bit of a cowlick, so it comes up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's springtime, and I'm from the north, so it's not entirely cold to me. So I am shirtless.
Okay.
But I do have a cloak that's kind of going over one shoulder and under the other arm, the opposite arm, buckled in the middle. And this kind of gives me one good arm that I can have full range of mobility in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a couple layers of basically like kilt. And then some kind of baggy historical Viking pants. And various leather armors and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm mostly just like a shirtless bearded guy.
Nice.
And as I'm looking at these shrines and god carvings and stuff, I'm definitely just, do I recognize any of these?
You do. You know, there's you see a lot of familiar northern gods. And then many of the gods of the south as well, you know, the strange animal-headed gods of the so-called pantheon of light and dark are among them. You know, the distinctive rat-like shape of Kirgi, the rat god, you know, spider gods and gods of death. One thing that slowly dawns on you is that all of the good aligned gods are on the right hand side of the path as you are walking, and all the sort of dark pantheon gods are on the left hand side of the path.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I almost always take the left hand path. Okay. And with these totems and shrines, are there like spots for offerings or anything like that? Are people leaving stuff, or are they just kind of totems and signs?
There does seem to be some level of offerings being left, and in fact, in the boughs of the nearby trees, you can see that people have tied up all kinds of fetishes and carvings of animal spirits, and there's like Blair Witch style leaf sculptures and and branch sculptures and that kind of thing, and
good. That's what you like to. That's what you like to see.
It's what you like to see, yeah. Just kind of a sound of like rusted tin bells, clanking in the breeze,
Just Skaven chittering in the distance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Distant sound of a generator. An asshole in his bathrobe emptying a chemical sewer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, okay. So I guess I'll keep walking. And if I do see I don't have, because Kenny knows nothing about this game or this world. Mm-hmm. There's not a specific god or anything that I follow. But if I do see a kind of totem to like the god of the hunt or the god of war or something like that, I might drop a small offering in a bowl,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, we can do a quick review of the Northern Pantheon if you feel that would be helpful to give you some background of belief and whatnot.
I think, yeah, just like whatever's close to Odin. Mm-hmm. So I think there's Odd, right? Is that who it is?
Yeah,
okay,
that would be he. Yes.
Okay, good. Well, if I see Odds, that old boy, I'll drop some cash. Okay. Of which I have 200.
Okay, well.
Much to my chagrin, I'd rather be trying to get rid of this stuff.
Let's see. So we've got Odd, we've got Bellamar as established. Now, I will say one thing about the Northern Pantheon that is of interest and note is that It was formerly, as in maybe just a generation ago, um, quite widespread, popular, dominant, even second only to the Church of Light and Dark. Worshipped by humans, wolfen, ogres, etc. But yeah, in the last 20 to 40 years, its popularity has gone into steep and precipitous decline.
I understand that. Is there a reason that this has happened? Is it because like the pantheon of, I mean, has another pantheon like supplanted them, or is it just like the pantheon of light and dark has just become so widespread?
It's kind of being outcompeted, and also there was a sort of like a millennialist religion, right? You know, like the end is nigh. The day of Armageddon is coming upon us. Soon the gods will be at war as their many enemies will unite. And, you know, basically like be ready for the coming battle. You know, you will be destroyed in the battle, but, you know, it'll be a battle well fought, you know, kind of thing. And then it never came, you know. And then
the problem with doomsday cults, they often fall flat.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think people are just sort of abandoning it for other faiths, in the, you know, with the lack of any kind of actual, like, you know, denouement.
What we need is a good Ragnarok.
Exactly. What you need is a good apocalypse. That's right. So
we can speak from experience on that now. And okay, so that was like what? So was it the Northern Pantheon that was like, hey, Ragnarok's coming, and then it didn't? Okay, good.
Exactly.
Well, I've still got hope, you know?
Yeah.
Like, hey, Odd's gonna do his thing.
Yeah.
End of the world's gonna happen sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And then just a note here: followers are expected to follow the old northern religion's rules of hospitality, designed for an earlier age when clan warfare was the norm and when murder was a standard political move. The rules allowed for fellow worshippers of the northern gods to visit each other in relative safety. These days, the rules mean that guests are entitled to safety and certain rights. Remember, being stranded outside during a blizzard in the northern winter can be fatal.
If there's a list of those tenants, I would like a copy pasta.
That is literally it.
Okay.
They just say the rules of hospitality. So if it seems hospitable to you, then, you know. Okay. Cool. That's
I imagine they probably took that from like the Volupspa, where Odin is like, you know, be a good fucking Dranger, you know, like don't be a dick. You can kill people, but you just be cool about it.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Be cool.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So yeah, Odd is the All-Father, symbol of wisdom, strength, justice, and the creator of men. Great and mighty warrior, yet cunning in magic. And then Ephim is the All-Mother, symbol of truth, devotion, nature, the earth, and the moon, patron of druids, warlocks, healers, and motherhood. And then we've got Lochnar, guess who he's based on, eldest son of Odd and Ephim, god of mischief and deceit, symbol of selfishness, arrogance, chaos, and trickery, cleverest of the gods.
Is he based on the Lochnar from Heavy Metal, the movie?
Yes, that's exactly it.
Good.
Then we've got Hocknar. Let's see. Hocknar blames his mother for the whole thing, as he said to his brother, if she hadn't brought it up, I wouldn't have to go through life being called wrongly named all the time. To which Lochnar responded, stupid, it had nothing to do with Ephim, it was Odd's fault. Still, Hocknar has always had trouble getting along with his mother, yet he is still wrongly named. What his name should have been, or what difference it might have made in his life, is totally unknown. However, it seems that Odd, Epim, and the other wise ones of Oddgard all know that Haknar is wrongly named and his destiny is twisted.
Huh. That's like such a vague and weird snippet of God lore.
I know, right?
That I'm instantly drawn in.
All right, so Heim, Heim, is the goddess of the hunt, spirit of the forest, and symbol of both solitude and fertility, patron of rangers, druids, warlocks, and huntsmen.
Okay. So I think I would probably, Heim might be a good one that is like my, maybe not like my primary god. Like I'd probably just like Odd's my dude. But Heim's probably like a strong secondary. And then Haknar's got to be round out the trilogy there.
What's his deal? So yeah, he's the god. He's the god of thunder and lightning, symbol of war, triumph, strength at arms, and honor. Patron of knights, paladins, soldiers, and noble warriors.
Oh, so there we go. Boom, perfect. So he might be my second then, and then Heim's kind of like, you know what? I hunt monsters sometimes, so maybe you can chip in. All right, so Odd, and then Haknar is the Thor, but wrongly named.
The wrongly named, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, very bizarre, but I like it. Something. What was that about? Like his fate is twisted because he was wrongly named.
Yeah.
There's some kind of like. There's got to be some kind of like cultural. What are they called? It's not a Is it a euphemism? Where it's like because you're like you've called someone the wrong name and now you've altered their fate or you've twisted their fate. Way.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
I like that idea, especially since Palladium has the true name gimmick on it, where it's like don't fuck up my name, dude, because you're gonna kill my second son that I haven't had yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you leave. However much you want to leave. There are shrines to Heim and Haknar and Odd.
I'm gonna do 2 cash on each.
All right.
So I'm down to 194 gods left to donate to.
There may very well be that many on the side of the road, so be careful.
Like, what's the next one? Okay, what's the next one?
Yeah, exactly. Oh God! All right.
The rest of them are Odd.
Yeah, guess what? It's all the same god. You already did it. You're done.
All right, yeah.
So, very good. So as you carry on down the road, the shrines and the roadside statuary gets thicker and more numerous, and then amongst the inanimate carvings, you begin to see some other more gruesome symbols laid along the road. Decapitated heads on pikes, and then rotting corpses on and poles.
Rotting corpses. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna make sure that my so the cloaked arm. So I have a cloaked arm and an uncloaked arm. The cloaked arm is my sword wielding arm. So that is, and I believe, let me check my character sheet. I have a dwarven made dagger, so that is definitely like palmed in my cloaked arm. And everything else, my small shield, my broadsword, and my javelin are sheathed and stored on my back. So I'm armed, openly armed, but I don't look like a threat. And if I have to make a very quick attack with my dwarven made dagger, then I'm able to in secrecy and surprise. But yeah, I don't want to show up like a threat if they're like executing every dude who looks like me and I happen and just like, are there signs on the corpses or anything? Is this like Jerry got caught, cheating at cards? And
there are no signs, but the each of the foreheads that still have flesh on them, you can see something was branded onto the forehead prior to execution.
Is it a word or a symbol that I might recognize?
Well, you may not recognize it. It is some kind of a mark, some kind of a symbol. So, and did you take lore, like symbols and magic or anything along those lines?
I took demons and monsters and fairy folk.
Yeah. So, it might be some kind of protective ward to, keep them from coming back from the dead, maybe, or,
Seems legit.
Yeah, something along those lines.
I did the same thing to my folks.
Yeah, it's the style. That's
right. Okay, yeah. Well, then and what's the town? Do I know the town that I'm approaching? Do I know its name, or am I just kind of walking?
You are new to this area, so you have no idea.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I'm cautiously approaching. I imagine the skies are still kind of gray, and there's ravens and carrion birds kind of in the area. And I don't know if Odd has any connection to ravens, but if he does, I might take solace in that.
Oh, he does.
And oh, good. And I would also kind of just reflect that, like, on respect to these corpses, regardless of their crime. I know that I've probably been pretty close to the same fate myself, and it's probably not for the last time. So even if these guys are thieves or cowards or anything like that, like I kind of know, like, I don't want to end up like you, but I might. So shout out to the corpses on the poles.
All right. But on the topic of what town be this, my other question for you from your skills would be, are you literate? Can you read?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't have literacy in my skills, like the actual one. Okay. I know at least 3 languages. And I have 2 lores and streetwise. But apart from that, I don't have, like, specifically, I do not have literacy written amongst my skills. I'm not sure if that was an option or not.
It might not have even been an option, yeah.
But my IQ is 7. So if I can't read, then I can't read.
Yeah, no, that's legit. Yeah, literacy is a separate skill.
I can't read.
Yeah, you spent too much time pumping iron down at the gym, so
that's all right. I'll take it. Yeah.
All right. Well, coming into view then, amidst the forest of god shrines and piked corpses, you at last catch sight of this settlement. There's it's maybe about 50 or more buildings, so it's a decent sized town. It's not walled, despite its sort of backcountry wilderness location. The Brugop Bellamar mountains provide a very scenic backdrop that contrasts with the very muddy and just downtrodden appearance of this town. Most of those 50 buildings are shanties or just run down, falling apart. There's bonfires lit in the town squares for warmth and trash disposal. And the entrance, if you will, to the town along the road that you're walking on is flanked by a gate of sorts. It's 2 very large carved poles that, depict very prominent portraits of gods. And each is topped by a flaming brazier, which then provides some illumination, sort of Jurassic Park style. There's this like kind of semi-arched sign that, goes between the two poles. And carved onto that sign is the name of the town. But sadly,
yeah,
you cannot read it.
I didn't want to know anyways.
Well, good.
No one's going to know this name of the town when I leave.
Wipe it off the map.
Think you're better than me?
Putting on airs.
Are there
boy, eh?
Right. Are there? I'm on a scholarship. Are there guards or anything outside?
There are no guards. There are plenty of gods. No guards, yeah. As established. But there's a fair amount of like street traffic, and you see, in addition to humans, you see a fair cosmopolitan mix of orcs, ogres, wolfen. There's even a troll outside one of these establishments, picking his teeth with what to him is a dagger, but to you would be like a short sword,
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, I have no qualms with any of these people except the wolfen.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as long as like the vibe of the town is kind of peaceful. I mean, like when I'm kind of approaching, are people looking at me weird? Am I like an outsider to them?
You're not really pulling any major stares from people. There's your immediate impression is that people pass through here a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a frontier town almost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Good. I'm gonna stay here for the rest of the game.
Cool. That'd be great.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I kind of want to go check out one of these orcs, honestly, calling to me. Just yeah, I don't know much about orcs in this game. I assume they're kind of this Tolkien-ish orcs, some maybe a little friendlier, or like not as violent, I guess, in Civilization.
They're plenty violent.
Good.
Yeah. Let's see here. We'll do a quick little orc overview here.
Yeah.
Orcs have a reputation for being dull-witted, bound brutes with a wicked disposition. Most people regard orcs as stupid, greedy creatures with delicate egos that make them vulnerable to trickery. Furthermore, they are easily startled by sudden, unexpected displays of magic or superhuman powers. Likewise, orcs are outrageously haughty and brazen fighters when in large numbers and or facing an obviously weaker opponent, but they are easily unnerved and downright cowardly when clearly outmatched or facing magical or supernatural opponents. Let's see.
You basically just described me. So okay, good.
Let's see. In the right group, orcs can be as fiercely loyal, heroic, and courageous as a paladin. Orcs of good or aberrant alignment will never betray a friend or ally or desert him in a moment of need. They get this reputation because orcs are dull-witted, easily startled, and tend to have a herd mentality, that is to say, they follow the crowd. Thus, if the majority of their group is scared and retreats, the orcs in the party become scared and run away too. On the other hand, the orc will face down a god or demon lord if the rest of the group convincingly pretends not to be afraid.
I love that. Okay, yeah. So I kind of want to go up to kind of imagining like a couple orcs just like talking to each other, I guess, or just like chilling. And I want to just make it clear to them like that, hey, I'm coming to talk to you. You know, like I don't want to surprise them because I know orcs are easily startled, and the last thing I want is this to like, I don't want to fight somebody 4 minutes after I get into town. maybe 5 minutes after I get into town.
Orcs are easily startled, but they will be back soon and in greater numbers.
Yeah, so I kind of want to just walk up to them
Yeah.
and say, what time of day is it?
So it's like kind of late morning, getting
Okay.
into midday. Sort of
That's
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be like, I'm not the kind of guy who's like, "Ho there, friend."
Yeah. Hey, friendo.
Yeah, exactly. Or even "Good morrow, sir." No.
All right. No.
I'm just walking up to them, and if there's like a break in the conversation that they're having, or whenever they catch my eye, I'm just gonna be like, "You there? What town is this?"
All right. In their language?
Ooh, no, I don't actually speak Orcish.
What do you got?
I've got Elven and Wolfen.
Okay. Wolfen would
these-
probably be your best bet then.
Okay, I'm gonna speak Wolfen, but I'm gonna keep it quiet because I do not want any Wolfen coming up to me and being like, "Hey, man."
Hey, bro, you want to get a sack circle going?
Typical Wolfen.
Just always want to play hacky sack. All right. So you they see you coming and they stop talking as you approach. You note they each have a tattoo of a viper on their left bicep.
Sick.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a tattoo.
Is it of a viper?
Well, I don't know. The art I sent you,
Oh yeah.
It could be mistaken as a viper, but it's probably it's like what is it? Ringerreich Viking runestone style of kind of like a serpent or dragon.
I see. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So it could be a very hyper stylized viper. They might mistake it, especially if their intelligence is as low as mine.
It could be. You certainly look like enough of a badass for them to, pause in their conversation. And when you bark out to them in Wolfen, what is the name of this town? One of them, through his tusky teeth, says, "Stone's called Badland."
The town is called Badland.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly where I want to be. This is my deadwood.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, good. I nod in appreciation and ask where I can get a drink.
Try Jenny's if you like piss.
Okay, I'm going to Jenny's.
All right. So you head down the main drag. And indeed you do see a very ramshackle looking sort of shanty labyrinth building, like it obviously started out as just a small little thing and this has had like various additions and wings built onto it over the years,
Okay.
And just the whole thing looks like it's going to fall apart in the next blizzard or windstorm. And there's people outside passed out in the gutter and puking in a horse trough, so that seems like a good bet.
Oh, I love it, dude. This is the best day of my life. So I'll walking right in.
So as you're walking up to it, you can see at the front entrance there is a magnificently fat wolfen, just propped up on a stool, with his hands laced over his expansive belly,
Like the sheriff and Robin Hood.
Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. He's even got that, whoever that voice actor is, he's got that voice. And yeah, he's so fat that his furs started to kind of like spike out from his skin, so you can see his like kind of piebald flesh underneath. And he just goes, now hold on a second there, newcomer.
Oh God. I look at I look at this fool and I've got an eyebrow raised. I'm disgusted. I'm appalled.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, this is so typical Wolfen for me. I'm like, oh God, like here we go.
So he has like a little short staff or walking stick, and he's kind of like, put it out towards you to like stop you, like, and he just says, as town magistrate, it's my job to personally introduce myself. And he starts to like get up from the stool. Every newcomer comes into Badland. Oh, there goes my sciatica. Herb Berman is my name. And
wait,
maybe
Herb
Berman.
Herb Berman.
That's HURRBRRMNN.
Okay, good.
That's what I thought you said.
Right. Yeah. It's my nickname in high school.
That's I have an uncle that
name. He asked me, and I when he's like, and you are, I say thirsty.
Nice. All right, let's see what kind of an impression you make on old Magistrate Herb Berman.
Yeah, I assume this is what's it called? This is a theatrical kind of title, a ceremonial title.
Oh, like Emperor Norton. Yeah.
Like, there's no way you're in charge of this place.
I don't know. Look around.
True.
So, okay. So, normally, so this would be a mental affinity roll, right? Because your mental affinity is like kind of your personality. But if there's any skill you can add in, like, I don't know.
Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really trying to like intimidate him or anything. Mm-hmm. I'm really just trying to be like, I'm thirsty and you're in my way and I don't really want to talk to you.
Okay. That's fine then. So we'll just do a straight ahead roll D100 and add your mental affinity.
My mental affinity is 11. Okay. That's MA, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. And I got a 38. So 49 is my roll.
49 total, eh?
You didn't tell me there'd be math, David.
Oh, there's a lot of math. There's endless math. This is actually just a mathematics intensive course, to get you ready for the SAT.
I knew my wife was up to something.
That's right. I was trying to get you sharpened up here. All right. So let's see. I should have something here. Okay. All righty. So we'll keep track of something. Here we go. Okie doke. So yeah, you say your reply is thirsty, and he just his yellow wolfen eyes, and keep in mind, I mean, as fat as and kind of out of shape as this guy is, he's still like 9 feet tall,
Right.
So he's like looking down at you and his eyes narrow. And he says, I'm not sure I like the looks of you, mister. What brings you to Badland anyway?
Just passing through.
Is that so?
That all right with you?
See that you're passed through by this time morning then.
If that's what it takes.
All right. So he steps aside and lets you step into the tavern.
Good. I'm glad to just be out of the Wolfen's presence.
He was rather smelly. All right.
So yeah, I walk in and kind of take I take a quick scan of the area. Yeah, what's this? Is this place like bumping? Are people? Am I the only one here?
I mean, it is like midday, so not exactly happy hour,
right?
But let's see what's going on at Jenny's this time of day. All right, so the whole place reeks, just vomit and worse, and at the moment, yeah, there's really not a whole lot going on. There's just a couple of drunks up at the bar, and let's see, 2 humans and an orc having some kind of shadowy conversation over in the corner.
Ooh. Okay. Well, I guess okay, so I'm very good at surveillance, camouflage, and detecting ambush. So really what I want to do is take a survey of the room, assess any threats, and then also kind of detect any like emergency exits or windows that I could jump out of, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that definitely sounds like detect ambush to me. So, okay. Yep. So you're going to roll D100, add your skill rating and a relevant attribute, which in this case would be IQ, and tell me what you get.
Ooh, okay. So I rolled a 22. I got my detect ambush is 40, so that puts me up to 62, and then plus 7, so 69.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Cool. So, what you can see is that there are any number of exits out of this room. But God only knows where they go. Of course, obviously, there's the main door you came in through, but there's also a couple smaller windows, and then just a variety of doors going deeper into the complex. Probably the most prominent one being behind the bar, which is likely a cellar entrance, right?
Okay.
That trio is very much casting you looks. And you can see that they also have viper tattoos on their left arms. And you're guessing they're probably sizing you up to get an idea of whether they can mug you later or not.
Oh, okay. I like that. Well then, yeah, if they're kind of giving me the stink eye, I'll just go up to the bar and I'll put my bag down kind of on top of the bar, close to me. I still have my dwarven dagger concealed in my right hand. And in my left hand, I pop open my little pouch and I put a 1 cash on the I guess however many cash I need to get a drink and some food, some warm food.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that'll be 4 gold. And the sort of sallow-faced elf behind the bar begins to prepare your lunch, as it were.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm not turning around to look at the guys behind me or anything like that. I'm just like trying to mind my own business so that when they do try to come mug me, I can just, kill them and run.
All right. Yeah, you can definitely feel their eyes on your back. But after maybe about 10 minutes, you hear the scrape of chairs on the floor, and then their boots crossing, but they're heading towards the exit.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I hear I'll wait for the door to close, the sound of the door to close before I turn and look to see if anybody else is there.
Yeah, no, they seem to have all left.
Okay, good. Cool. Yeah. So I'll just wait patiently for my meal because I don't really want to cause any trouble. I just want to come in here and I just want to eat and get a room, and then
you just want to do the Super Bowl shuffle. You're not looking to cause no trouble.
And then I'll get out of here before morning, and everything will be okay.
All right. They don't call it Badland for nothing.
That's right.
All right. Ooh, let's do a random menu generator here.
Ooh, please.
Okay, so wow, that's actually really upscale. Damn it, I wanted CD Tavern. All right, so you get a no, but you get a potato chowder, and
okay,
yeah, and then just a watered down ale to go with it. So.
Well, they told me if I liked piss, so I don't expect great things from Jenny's. And the elf is the elf a man or a male?
Yes.
Okay. When he puts my food down, I'm gonna look up at him and say, "Are you Jenny?"
All right. He just like stares at you, just like completely expressionless.
Yeah, I'll just eat my food then.
He's like literally like right across from you as you're eating, just staring at you.
It's the exact interaction I wanted to happen.
Yeah, it's the sound of a fly buzzing.
Passed out there in the corner farts.
Exactly. Just rips one out. Yeah. So you've just finished your meal when the door opens again, casting some light into the dim interior.
With the are there shadows that I can see like cast upon the wall or anything?
Oh yeah, super dramatic style. Yeah. So what you see is very slender humanoid form, long haired, and then simultaneous to that you hear a female voice call in your direction. Are you the stranger who just walked into town?
I'm gonna like push whatever remainder of like food and alcohol that I have away from me and look up at the elf who is not Jenny and say, I think I'm done here, and I'll get up and grab my bag and turn around, and I'm gonna go to where they are because they're obviously in the doorway, and I'm just gonna walk up to them. And it's I guess just the lady, but is she like with orcs? As everybody here have viper tattoos?
So as you're walking up to her, you immediately note she is dressed much better than anyone you've seen so far. She's got raven black hair and sort of like gold hazel eyes, and her overall accoutrement kind of matches that. Like it's kind of black leather and with some yellow fabric accents and gold stitching and that kind of thing.
Is she romanceable?
You can certainly give it a shot. She is not an unattractive person. And she has a slender, rapier style broadsword hanging at her hip.
Interesting. And then is she alone, or does she have some bodyguards, you said?
No bodyguards.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I guess when I get up to her, my original plan was just to be like, excuse me, and like try to walk out.
Mm-hmm.
But when I see her, I'm gonna say, I think you're in the wrong town. Look a little too rich for this area.
So she smiles sardonically and she says, "Wrong town. This town's named for my family."
Oh,
You got a lot
wait a
to
minute.
learn.
Wait a minute. Your name's Badland.
Bad.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed. Okay. Yeah, so I guess I'm just sizing her up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I might say, are you related to the magistrate?
So she chuckles and she says, "Not related, no, but he serves at my pleasure. I'm the mayor of this town, Alyssa Bad."
Okay, good. Yeah, I nod.
Those vipers you just left were intending to murder you as soon as you left, and I told them to clear off.
So you control the vipers?
No, but they listen to what I say.
Interesting. Okay. And are you here to tell me to clear off as well?
Far from it. Come, there's another tavern here in town that's much more hospitable. There's some matters of business I'd like to discuss with you.
Okay. I'm gonna do that, but I'm definitely like calculating, using my detect ambush and stuff like that. Those skills, just somewhat passively, I suppose. Just to make sure that when I walk out of here, I'm not gonna get like stabbed in the ribs.
Yeah, for sure. I think in this case, we don't really need to roll for that. You had your roll from earlier that you did well on, and so just stepping out, you can see indeed that actually most of the street has sort of cleared out, and her Burmum is still nearby, but he's actually like down on one knee with his head bowed.
Classic her.
And so Alyssa leads you down the street.
Yeah, I follow very carefully and suspiciously.
All right. Yeah. It definitely seems like most of the people on this street like got behind closed doors when she came.
Interesting. Yeah. So I get this town has a very like Warhammer Fantasy feel to me. Like it's kind of like mud and blood. And obviously she's, dressed well. She looks good. And people fear her. The ruffians listen to her. So she definitely has my interest. And yeah, I don't think I'm like, I don't want to like, I don't know. I don't really want to like small talk her. I just want to like figure out what she wants me for, because obviously Kenny knows like the adventure is here. The seeds are here, but like Guthormr really just wants to like come here, get a drink and leave.
Absolutely. All right. So basically this character you down the street, and up ahead you can see that the street actually terminates in indeed a much nicer looking building. It's like a two-story kind of deal with proper pitched and shingled roof, and
Wow.
and wattle and daub construction, so it's like pretty solid,
Okay, I'm impressed.
half timbered,
Ooh.
and yeah, there's some kind of sign outside, can't read it, but it is elaborately carved to look like a, sort of rampant dragon breathing fire.
Ooh, that piques my interest. So, um, I'm gonna say, what is this place called?
So she turns while still like kind of walking. So now she's like walking backwards, and she like dramatically throws her arms out and says, "Welcome to the Dragon's Den."
Ooh.
As the doors open behind her, and a musical number starts. But there are quite a few more people in here, even though it's still like midday. There's like half dozen or so folks loitering about, mix of humans, elves, and also a goblin.
Oh,
Which are kinfolk to the orcs, but of course,
interesting.
goblins rather than picture your classic goblin.
Okay, fair.
Mhm.
Yeah, very interesting. I guess I'm staying close to Miss Bad, Alyssa Bad, and yeah, just kind of staying close to her and making sure that people know that like I'm with her. So if you
Right.
like you don't want to mess with me, but you really don't want to mess with me because I'm here on invitation.
Yeah. All right. Oh, there's also a calico cat perched on the bar in this common room, and it's watching you very intently.
I've decided just now that I love cats. So as I see the cat, I say, "Whose cat?"
So she looks over and sort of gives a little sniff and says, "My sister Sarah's," and she throws like some coin or something from her pouch at the cat. She's like, "Get out of here!" And the cat takes off.
Well, okay, I don't like that.
Me no likey.
Okay,
So,
yeah, and yeah, okay, and otherwise it's just a very nice tavern with kind of an eclectic. Is everybody else in here, like even the goblin and the orcs and stuff, are they like dressed nice, or is everybody still kind of piss poor?
the goblin's actually dressed the best out of everybody. He's got like a
Good.
cravat and like a crushed velvet, blazer. So like,
Jesus.
yeah, little knee socks.
Oh, good.
But yeah, no, everybody's well dressed for sure, and
Okay.
it's definitely good that you're keeping close step with Alyssa because they're all kind of eyeballing you.
Yeah, I might even mention to her like I feel underdressed as I look down at like my naked, like I'm not even wearing a shirt.
Yeah, exactly. To put your nipple ring in if you'd know. So, so she says that's fine. That's fine. Folks in your line of work don't need to dress fancy. In fact, I'd say it's a liability, wouldn't you?
And what exactly is my line of work, Miss Bad?
So at this point, she's like leading you into like some back, chamber, right? This little private meeting room kind of thing. There's like, a private table and chairs set up,
Okay.
and she says, "Oh, of course, I where are my manners? I knew of your coming, Guthormr, monster hunter."
I yeah, I okay. Yeah, I just kind of look at her, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to like nod like me lord her, you know.
Milady.
Milady.
Tip that fedora.
Tip my fedora. Tweak my nipple ring. No, yeah, I don't, yeah, I kind of want to like play her straight face because she threw something at a cat, and I don't like that. But you know, she obviously like she has like this whole town under her thumb, and I'm like trying to be a hangnail, kind of.
Right. All right. So she circles around the table and motions for you to have a seat, you know.
I do so.
And then the goblin appears with, you know, a tray and some, you know, very fine wine that he starts, you know, he shows you the bottle and he starts to pour it out, you know.
Would you like to sniff the bottle cap?
Yeah, yes. And you know, and so she kind of waits until the goblin's done, you know. He brings in some bread and cheese, you know, and then he, you know, bows himself out. Yeah, his arm straight back, you know. And
I love the goblin. We'll kill for this creature.
We'll die for you 100%. All right. So she says yes, I was informed of your coming, and I would like to ask you a few questions.
I start eating the food and drinking the wine,
and
obviously I'm not like trying to use the right fork or anything like that.
Sure.
I'm very much a barbarian in that I'm unused to most civilized places. I'm not gonna like Hulk out and, you know, I freak out when I see a spoon, but I don't care about the niceties. And
what is this sorcery?
Or right, yeah. Like jump when I see blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
But yeah, I'm gonna first of all, I want to say kind of food in my mouth. I'm gonna say who told you that I was coming? Not even I knew that I would end up here.
So she says, well, I have many eyes and ears about. We have no need of walls here in Badland because I know everyone who comes within 100-mile radius of this town.
That's quite the I don't know. I don't even know what that is. That's quite the talent. And I'm gonna say, what do you so you know I'm a monster hunter.
Indeed.
But you have no needs of walls.
No, I do not.
Does the monster not plague your people, your streets?
Monsters who try their hand soon come to regret it.
Were those monsters that I passed on my way here with their heads on spikes and nailed to crosses?
Merely thieves, transgressors, breakers of the law.
Remind me not to break the law.
Well, you're not a citizen of the town. You have nothing to worry about.
I eat off a big mouthful of bread.
No, I am in need, however, of an addition for my household security, let's just say.
not the typical job I'm hired out for.
No, not you. I could have any number of beefy warriors if I wanted. No. This is a particular beast I wish to acquire for my collection to help guard my treasures, if you will.
Get yourself a dog.
Yes, well, the types of villains that come preying on my poor defenseless person, they would easily dispense with the dog. However, a serpent beast. So you can give me a demon and monster lore roll.
Will do.
Plus your IQ.
All right. God, my IQ is so trash. All right. D plus 42. Oh gosh. And higher's better, right?
Higher's better.
Okay, it's cool. 85.
Nice. Also, if you roll a 91 or above, you get to re-roll and add again.
Whoa.
But if you roll a 10 or less, you have to re-roll and subtract.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
If you roll bad, it gets worse.
It gets worse. It gets way worse. Although I was playtesting these house rules a couple weeks ago, and I rolled a 1 and then followed by another 1. So my net result was 0, which wasn't too bad, actually.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than rolling a 1 and then a 90.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So you said it was an 85?
Yeah, 85.
Okay, cool. All right. So you have heard of these. They are part of a larger grouping, if you will, of strange creatures. Let me see here. Let's get the actual classification here. So I don't think are they technically demons? I don't know. Maybe. Let's see what the book has to say.
Trying to think too, like a serpent beast.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what all these guys have tattooed on them?
Possibly.
Okay. I'm my IQ 7, so it might take me a while to get there.
All right, so these are not technically demons, but they are supernatural monsters from another dimension. They're called worms of Tot.
I love that they're from another dimension.
And so yes, they let's see, 85. Okay. Yeah, that's about as much as you know about them in general. But serpent beasts, you do know to be a worm of Tot that is large and hideous, about 25 feet long, with 4 stubby legs and an ugly human-like head.
Gross.
Yes.
Okay. So if my typing gets annoying, sorry.
No problem.
I'm just trying to take notes over everything.
Yeah, of course.
Because I don't have anybody else to do it for me this time.
That's right.
Worm of Taunt, is that?
Tot. T-A-U-T.
Okay. Is that some kind of deity?
That is some kind of deity, yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so I know what these things kind of look like. Do I know my chances? Am I like, no, you don't want one of these, or no, these are beyond my skill level to try to get? I already think this is a bad idea. Like I'm hired to like kill monsters, I'm not like a lion tamer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Is this a bad idea? He asks. It would be a challenge. It would be a challenge if you were just trying to kill it. But of course, capturing it, well, that could be a whole other matter, right?
Are these intelligent beings? Are they capable of speech? Do they have sentience?
They have like animal intelligence.
Okay.
They do not speak.
Okay. So I would probably relay to her, just like what I said to you, be like, people pay me to kill monsters, not train them, bring them, capture them alive for some circus sideshow.
So she smiles again, this kind of cold smile, and she says, well, I wasn't being entirely honest with you. You see, this particular serpent beast was already a member of my menagerie, and he escaped. I need him back.
Do I believe this?
It's up to you.
It seems kind of sketchy.
She is extremely good looking, so put that in the telling the truth column.
Then I definitely believe her. I say, "Oh, you poor thing."
Nobody that good looking could be lying. Nobody who speaks German could be an evil man.
That's right. Okay, yeah. So I ponder it, and then I ponder the weight of my coin purse. How much? This is Kenny asking, of course, but like how much would I normally like ask for somebody to be like, hey, like, is there a how much money would I be like, I need this to go kill a monster?
Yeah. Well, that's a very fair question, and one that we can probably explore, over time. But I would just say, it's definitely a barter economy kind of thing. It might be like, sure, but this is all we have kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Kind of witchery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I might say, I might ask Miss Bad.
Ms. Bad.
And in fact, Ms. Bad. Yeah. And I want to call her. Well, no, I don't. Never mind. That's not something I would do. Instead, I just want to be like, how much is this worth to you?
So she snaps her fingers, and the goblin reappears.
Ooh.
This time carrying a strong box. He removes a key from around his neck, places the strong box on a table, opens the box, and spins it so that you can see into it, and you can see that this is a kind of a bread box size deal, wow. About 2 feet on a side. There's
a gold light cascading on my face.
More or less. Yeah, it's filled to the brim with gold trade bars.
Whoa.
And she says there's about 20,000 gold worth of bars in there.
Okay, this does not seem like a trap at all.
Sure, hiring a first level character and offering to pay him 20,000 gold. That's what could possibly go wrong.
We live in a world of fantasy. Right?
Feel the fantasy.
Oh, I feel it.
I can feel it.
I stop chewing my bread for just a second.
Yeah.
In shock, obviously, and then regain my composure and swallow what I had in my mouth.
Right.
And I look up from her, and in fact, I might even close the box if they let me touch it.
Yeah.
But I would close the box and look at what's her name? Alyssa, is that right?
Yeah, Alyssa. Yeah.
Good. And look at Alyssa and say, does this creature have a name?
Oh, I never name my pets. It doesn't do to get too attached to them.
And yet so attached that you're offering dipshit McGee 20,000 gold to go get this thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I am intrigued. So, and yeah, Guthormr definitely can't turn this down. Even if he does think it's a trap, he's like, well, if it's it's a win-win, because I can either go, get this thing and she pays me 20,000 gold and I retire, or I go get this thing. She doesn't pay me the 20,000 gold, and like I squeeze her brains out. So either way,
Blade Runner style.
exactly. Either way, I'm on the job. So, yeah, I kind of my eyes narrow to slits, and I say, "Where was the creature last spotted?"
Oh, he was last spotted running off towards the mountains, unfortunately.
And how long ago was that?
5 days ago.
I know I'm coming from it's probably going in the direction that I was going anyways. Like it's not behind me.
No.
But based on and I can make a roll here because I'm sure I have some relevant skills. But I'm like going through in my head. I'm like, okay, has it rained the last 5 days? Like, or snowed? Am I going to be able to track this creature? And just kind of like assessing how hard is this job going to be?
Sure. So I guess that would be a track creatures or whatever they call it.
I have track humanoids, but I also have surveillance.
Okay. Yeah, it's not really a humanoid, is it?
I don't think so. I mean, it's got arms and legs and a human face.
It's got 4 stubbly legs. But
me too, and I'm a human. So
it's true. That's a good point. Let's see here. So surveillance is the art of tailing or following someone without being noticed. Stakeout procedures. So that might be like when you get closer to it,
Okay, I like that.
You find it. But we'll just go with track humanoids because I think that's kind of intended as your non-person tracking,
Okay, fair. All right. So I just so Kenny knows, so I don't have to always ask you, I roll the dice and I add the skill, but do I always add a statistic as well?
Yes. So usually it's going to be IQ, unless it's a physical activity of some kind. Okay. And, sometimes it might be one of the other ones as well. So.
Okay. Well, I'll just roll IQ unless you tell me otherwise.
Perfect.
Okay. So with my IQ, I got an 88.
Wow.
And then my track humanoids is 30. So 100 plus.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. All right, that's good. So, just checking something really quick here because
no problem.
In the back of my mind, I'm like, wasn't there some other tracking skill? There's track humanoids, but apparently not. Okay. Oh, track and trap animals. That's what I was thinking of. Right.
Okay.
Do you happen to have that?
I do not. So without that, I would just have an 88.
That's fine. Yeah, this is kind of a weird edge case where it's sort of between.
Or what about wilderness survival?
Ooh, hey, there we go. How about that?
If that's the case, then it's even more because my wilderness survival is 40. So I'm at 127.
Hey. All right.
Take that, math. As my nose starts to bleed.
Mathemagical. All right. So great. So your question was like, how easy is this thing going to be to track based on all the conditions going on? So wilderness survival is perfect for that. So you're pretty sure there hasn't been any snow recently. However, the mountains are still quite snow-capped themselves, There was some rain like 3 days ago as you were making your way up the river valley, but it wasn't too bad. It was just kind of a light spring rain. So it's within possibility that I can track this creature. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. So I know how much she's willing to give me. I know that it's possible to do so. The last thing I want to know is what if this creature is uncooperative?
All right. So she says, all I really need for you is locate it. I have some assistants who can take care of it from there. And so she reaches it back into her belt pouch and withdraws a small, like maybe like a bone from a large bird, that's been carved into a whistle. And she slides it across the table and she says, when you find him, just blow on this.
And what does this do? As I pick it up and examine it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it just looks like a totally normal bone whistle, nothing special about it, no weird carvings or anything, And she says, oh, it'll just summon my helpers to you and they'll take care of the rest from there.
I'm like, what did I do in a past life to piss this lady off? Okay. Well, 20,000 gold just to track this thing and find it and then blow a whistle. And I don't have to do anything else.
That's it.
Well, it looks like she's got money to burn, so and my IQ very low. So I'm gonna be like, you know what? This sounds like a great plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Just bought into the startup.
Can't wait to tell my friends and family. So I nod and I put the bird whistle, the bone whistle, into my utility belt, and I take another bite of cheese, and I say, "Is there anything else?"
She says, "No, I believe that's about it. So, anytime you want to get on the job."
Oh, I see. Like eating more food.
Yeah, that's it's clear that she's immediately done with you,
Yeah.
And then, the goblins reappeared with some manifests, and she's going over some papers,
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I gotta get out of here anyways. Well, actually, I'll look at her and be like, do I have a place to stay tonight here?
So she looks up and oh, of course, they know who you are.
Okay, I grab my stuff and take the last piece of cheese on the tray, and I put it into my little pouch. And I walk away, and I kind of look at the goblin as I leave. And give a deep bow of respect.
Mad respect. Can I tip the goblin? Is that?
I know. Is this customary?
Yeah. I don't want to.
I've got a. Him. Yeah. I don't want to offend him. Here's 190 gold, little guy, and
yeah, because you're like, whoa, I'm sure soon I'm gonna have 20,000.
Totally.
I need more of this.
I'm rich.
You're already planning out how to spend it.
Totally. I'm like, oh, I'm going to open a store and
I'm going to buy a boat.
Buy a boat. The Midwest dream. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to, and then I guess I just walk out and I go back to the bar, and I've had enough bread and cheese and wine and stuff, so I'm pretty full. But I kind of want to go. Well, I want to put my stuff, which I say my stuff. I guess all my stuff is just weapons.
Yeah.
Oh well, I have
your golf bag full of swords.
Exactly. I've got a bedroll and some water skins and tinderboxes, stuff like that. So I'm gonna put that in my room, and then I kind of want to peruse town, and I'm really interested with these Viper boys.
Mm-hmm.
Want to see how cool their club is and if I can join.
Oh, okay, sure. So yeah, you get a room secured. You put most of your stuff in there, and as you're heading out of the Dragon's Den, you know, a couple of these elves who were in there earlier are, just lounging about, smoking pipes, and as you walk through, they're just looking at you and grinning, and you can't help but notice a slight familial resemblance to Alyssa. They also have this raven black hair and the gold hazel eyes.
Was Alyssa an elf?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna look at them as they are smoking. Are they smoking a pipe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask if they I'm gonna ask as they're kind of just standing there. I can speak Elven, so I can communicate with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say the Dragon's Den, huh? Who owns this place?
So the perhaps elder of the two says, "Oh, it belongs to our grandfather. It was originally our family home, actually."
Interesting. Getting like some weird. Obviously, these guys are weird. These are not the good. These are not the good guys. Okay. Yeah, I just kind of nod and just start walking away. Like I feel out of place in these kind of like richer areas of town.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I probably left, like I probably brought like 10 gold with me, but the rest of it is in my room. Just because I know, people saw me spend some money, so they're gonna want to come take the rest of it. I just start kind of walking back, well, kind of around town, I guess. It doesn't necessarily have to be like where I was, but I might start going towards a little more seedier areas because I kind of want to find out. I want to find out more about Alyssa Bad and like the bad family, who are the good guys.
Yeah.
And
surely they can't be the bad guys with a name like that. That's way too obvious.
That's way too obvious. You have to punch me in the face with it. That, and then like the Viper clan or whatever these guys are. And also, but anyways, so I'm just walking around looking for information.
One last thing as you're leaving the lobby of the Dragon's Den, the younger of the two elves kind of shoots off a little comment like right as you're going out the door, and he's like, "Hope you have better luck than the other two."
Let me think here. Well, she said she knew who I was. Well, I don't belong to like a monster hunting guild or anything, right? So the other two might not be people that I even know or am familiar with, but I might stop and turn around and be like, "What happened to the other two?"
And he just kind of spreads his hands wide, like,
classic.
Never came back.
Fucking elves. Okay, yeah, I'll turn around and start walking before I spit on these boys' shoes.
As you're walking away, the chorus of his laugh, he's just like,
"Oh god." Totally. Just a close up of my stupid face and him and the elf in the background laughing like an asshole.
All right. Okay, so you head towards the seedier parts of town. So one thing you do note as you walk around is that the theme of the road into town is continued throughout. Like every building seems to have a little shrine built adjacent to it, or a little chapel out back, and it's still very varied and cosmopolitan. So yeah, there's some weird like kind of pantheonistic theme running through the architecture throughout the whole
Yeah,
town.
that either tells me that like I don't know that this place is like really old, or I don't know, maybe it used to be, I don't know, some kind of like big religious epicenter or something like that. I don't know. I don't anticipate that Guthormr is interested in like this town's history very much, but or indeed that I would run across a local historian.
Yeah, there's the Chamber of Commerce,
But who knows? Maybe that'll come up later. But yeah, I'm basically just like looking around, and I assume now that Alyssa is like back doing her homework or whatever, like the streets are alive again, and
yes,
it's getting a little darker too. So I imagine more people are showing up.
Indeed, yes, quite so. And yeah, so as you haunt the seedy district, there's ladies of the evening are beginning to come out, ply their trade, and the little ale houses are lighting up, and sounds of drunken revelry can soon be heard echoing through the streets. And yeah, indeed, you do spot, here and there people moving about with little viper tattoos on their arms,
Okay. I specifically want to I want to see if I can find the orc that talked to me earlier, that like gave me directions. And see if I just like, if I spot that dude around, I want to go talk to him. If not, I'll talk to any orc.
Okay. I will talk to any orc.
Bring me the orcs.
Bad credit, no credit, doesn't matter.
It's hilarious.
All right. So yeah, so you're just kind of looking around like a new kid at school kind of thing, and you've actually spotted who you think might be the orc you spoke to earlier. It's getting dusky, so it's
a little dark. Yeah. Plus everybody here's covered in shit, so
that too. Yeah. Fair point. And you're across the street to go talk to him when in the alley behind you, little voice, "Hey, mister."
Oh, here we go. I turn around. I bite. I look at him.
So you turn around to look and you don't see anyone at first, and you have to look down. And staring up out of the shadows is a pair of beady little black eyes and a pink snout.
What the hell? A pink snout. Well, what is this creature? I kneel down a little bit. I still, by the way, my dwarven dagger is still very much in my right hand.
Oh, indeed. This creature steps out from the shadows, and you can see that it is a creature that you've heard of, you've never seen before because they're not too common in the north. But it is a creature known as a ratling.
Ooh,
which is exactly what it sounds like. So
I love rat folk. I love Skaven. I'll just say that. Yeah. So this guy's immediately my best friend, and I lean down.
You just join hands and walk off with him without a word.
Yeah, he grabs my finger with his hand. And
you're like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, no, I lean down just a little bit, and I say, "What is it?"
Okay, so he says, "You look like a muscle man."
Okay, go on.
We could use a guy like you in our gang. You want to join?
Oh God, who is? What are you called?
We're the Misfits.
Ooh, okay. Join your gang.
Yeah, we're looking to bulk up our numbers.
The Vipers are kicking our ass.
It's turned into blood in, blood out really quick. uh, yeah, okay. The Vipers are kicking your ass. What what do you pay?
Oh, we've got the best kind of fair apportionment of all our takings, and the old crow, he's our leader. He's a real good guy. You want to come meet him? You don't want to mess around with the Vipers. They're just going to use you and dispose of you as soon as they're done with you. They don't care about anybody.
What can you tell me about the Vipers aside from that?
They're scoundrels and thugs. They worship the god Panath, the god of trickery and treachery. And they do kidnappings, torture, murder, assassination. They're not good guys.
Damn. And what do you guys do?
Everything except the torture part. So he says, well, frankly, we attacked the Vipers and the other thieves guild here in town, the Gentlemen's Society. You probably saw some of those guys when you were down at the Dragon's Den.
How long you been following me?
All day.
I respect that. Okay, the Misfits. The Old Crow.
Mm-hmm.
That's their leader, huh?
That's their leader.
Well, I am okay. I don't know what this is going to do, but I feel like I've got to roll streetwise.
Ooh, of course you do. Yeah.
I have no idea what even question this is going to ask.
And for that one, I think you can add your mental affinity rather than your IQ.
Oh, okay. So my mental affinity is 11.
Oh, wow.
I rolled a 69. Nice. So that puts me up to 80.
Yep.
And then streetwise puts me at 104.
All right. Okay. Well, let's see. What would streetwise tell you with a good roll like that? So, you're familiar. You are aware that most towns of this size or larger will have at least one thieves guild, so that's not unusual. It is maybe a bit unusual to have 3 or 2.5, as the case may be. So clearly what this tells you is that this town is a real hotbed of sort of cloak and dagger operations. Which, considering its location right on the border between the Eastern Territory and the Wolfen Empire is maybe not so surprising.
Mm-hmm.
So you could infer that these guilds, gangs, whatever you want to call them, probably have some puppet strings that are being pulled by more powerful masters at their behest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like this. And the Viper gang, they listen to the mayor, to Alyssa, but she's not necessarily their leader, right?
No, doesn't seem to be.
Okay. No. Okay. Well, since I'm talking to this fella from the Misfits and he's like, hey, do you want to come meet our leader? Let's go meet the Old Crow.
Okay.
Plus, I mean, I like crows, and I like to imagine it's a crow person.
Literally a crow. Yeah.
Just literally a crow.
Running a thieves guild.
I love it.
Doesn't even speak. All right. So the ratling introduces himself as Pinch.
Nice.
And he leads you off down this alley, this twisting, fetid alley, through a couple more back streets and alleys, and then to a very nondescript door, off of some larger building. He gives a little secret knock. The door is opened by what you at first for a half second think is a wolfen, but then realize very quickly is a cousin species of the wolfen called a coil, and a coil like as in coyote, so COY.
Oh,
right?
That's cool.
Yeah, so they're shorter, they're more like man-sized, and obviously coyote featured, and they are for every bit that wolfen are stereotypically sort of like fearsome and noble and honorable, like coils are not any of those things. they're they're cowardly opportunists who are a constant thorn in the side of pretty much everyone, including other wolfens. So
Awesome. I like that. So far I'm liking the misfits.
All right. So yep. So he waves you both in, and you're led down a very claustrophobic hallway to another door. This door is opened now by a large bodyguard, an ogre, in fact.
Sick.
And you're ushered into the room beyond, which is a kind of a low-ceilinged private chamber with its own fireplace crackling away. And, seated at a sort of secondhand, beat-up mahogany table is probably the inner circle of the misfits, which makes quite a scene. They are aptly named. On one side of the table is not even seated in a chair, but rather on the table itself is a gnome. And as you may recall, gnomes are very small. They're,
like garden gnomes.
Garden gnome size. Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Sitting cross-legged on the table. Sitting across from him is a yet another sort of cousin species of the wolfen. These are called cankerons, and they kind of look like humanoid red pandas. So about like 4 feet tall, and just very fluffy and ridiculously cute.
I'm at a furry convention. That's what this is.
More or less. And then seated between them is it looks like a man. We'll just put it that way. He's wearing very raggedy clothes, like almost like burlap, and he's got this very kind of beat up old hat, that's concealing his features. And he's even wearing gloves. His fingers are kind of interlaced in front of him. And then stretched out at the base of the table is what looks like a very large, kind of like a fox/cat hybrid with like golden fur. And you recognize this as a type of creature known as an emirin.
Quite the cast, I say.
So as you say that, the man looks up, and you see that his face is also burlap, and you realize this is an animated scarecrow.
Sick. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
And he says, welcome. Please have a seat and make yourself comfortable.
I have a seat, and do I feel like I'm in danger at all?
There's definitely a sense that if you were to start making trouble, there are multiple doors, and you can practically feel the guards on the other side of these doors.
Right.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not here to cause trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to get a lay of the land. So, and like I said, I'm kind of a I don't want to say like a street thug, but like I'm streetwise. I'm kind of Han Solo schemer kind of guy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I want to be able to know as much as I can, kind kind of about the Misfits, but mostly about the Vipers. Just because they seem to be the most prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least like they're the most brazen. And I think that that's interesting. So yeah, I take a seat and, kind of look at them all. I'm not like nodding or, like I said, me lording these guys. But I'll take a seat and wait for them to proceed, I guess.
Okay. So let's see here. All right. So the Scarecrow is indeed the old crow, and identifies himself as leader of the gang.
Sick.
And more or less repeats what Pinch said. Like, we're simply looking for more members, particularly those who can handle themselves in a fight. We are outnumbered by the other two guilds by a factor of 5 to 1.
Whoa. Jeez Louise. At this point, you might want to consider selling. Yeah, I'm like 5 to 1. That definitely sends me back. And I say, why even stay here? Like, why try to compete with gangs that are much larger in size? What have you to win?
It's not about winning at this point. It's about vengeance. All of us here in this room have lost something at the hands of the Vipers or the Gentlemen's Society, or both.
Interesting. Okay. Tell me about these. Tell me about the Viper gang. I want to know.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he reiterates what Pinch told you, and let's see. Mostly they're just bullies, thugs, always looking to throw their weight around. They know how far to push things, so they never run the risk of being run out of town by the magistrate or the bad family. And in fact, probably are funneling some of their ill-gotten goods back to the family. They run most of the gambling and prostitution rings here in town. And, they're, to be perfectly frank, their leader is an orc shaman called Hellfire, and he and I have a bit of history.
Okay. Well, I'm not particularly interested in what you've lost or really what you have to gain. What I want to know is, how much are you willing to spend?
Sword for hire, eh? Well, we're happy to pay you standard mercenary rates, if that would suffice.
Do you think the Vipers or the Gentlemen's Society would want to pay me more?
Oh, I doubt it. You're free to ask, of course. We're not here to dictate how you spend your time or attention. But we can promise you that, we won't stab you in the back.
I feel like not seeing like any crazy opportunity to like scheme myself into these kinds of things. But if these guys are willing to pay and they're like, we won't stab you in the back, I'm like, we'll see. But
heard it before.
Yeah, exactly. Said it before. Yeah, I don't know. If they're willing to pay, that could be a good, because I'm my intelligence is low, but I'm not banking on the 20,000 gold. I'm not. No, I'm not like I've made enough money to satisfy my needs and caprices. Like,
Right.
I'm a made man in 5 or 6 days.
Well, gentlemen, I'd really like to help you. I really would, but an opportunity has just come up.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna bite. I mean, because I like animated scarecrows, and I think that's cool.
Sure.
And they've got they've got the whole tackle box here. So, plus vengeance, I like that they're after vengeance, and
sure. Get behind that.
And so far, I mean, I guess the Gentleman's Society would probably be those two dipshit elves that were kind of standing outside of the inn, and like that's just like my guess. I'm like, well, those guys suck. And the Vipers are okay so far. They haven't killed me or tried to kill me, and the first one that I met gave me directions. So
true.
I'm like okay with the Vipers right now, but I do get the sense that because they're so brazen and out in the open that they're probably not going to hire me unless I get hired by these guys first, and then I go to the Vipers and I'm like, hey, the Vipers are paying me to join their club. Are you willing to pay more?
Right.
So I think that's going to be the play. I'm going to be like, you know what, fellas, I'm in. Do I got to eat some hot sauce, or you guys have an initiation?
All right. So Old Crow, again today it's been a day of people throwing gold at you. He produces 50 gold.
Ooh.
And he says, consider this in advance.
Oh.
We'll pay you 100. We'll pay you 200 a month, so 150 at the end of this month.
Interesting. I'll mark that down in my salary. 200 a month. That's pretty good. I think. I mean,
seems that way. Sure.
Yeah, food cost me 4 gold for a day. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like going to be CEO of the Misfits tomorrow, but who knows?
It's an entry-level salary.
It's an entry-level salary. I don't know if I can get 10 years of experience, and if you guys are willing to pay an exposure, I'm willing to join.
Yeah. No, we are hiring you at 19 hours a week, just so you know.
Just so you know.
So we won't have any benefits.
God. Yeah, what are the bennies? Anyways, yeah, so I'll take the gold and put it in my pocket and nod. And I'm gonna stand up from the table and look at him and just be like, anything else I need to know.
So Old Crow sits back and he says, well, Pinch is a master of passing without notice, but don't assume that your visit here went unrecorded by others.
I understand. Okay. And is Pinch gonna lead me out?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So when we're kind of walking out, I just want to be like, Pinch, like you're my guy now,
Right.
So what's the situation? Like, is it tense here? Is there going to be a gang war tomorrow? Are we going to gangs in New York, bloody street at dawn?
So he says, no, not yet. Not yet. We're building up to that. But,
good. Something to look forward to.
Well, why do you think we want someone like you on our side?
Yeah, and I can't imagine too many people are coming through Badland here.
It's more traffic than you might think at first.
Something tells me Pinch might know a little something about the Wolfen Empire I just kind of want to know, like, if they're supplying anything to the Wolfen Empire. Like, are they like trafficking weapons, or are they doing other things? Like, obviously we're in kind of like a frontier land, so like supplies, weapons, information, anything like that to or from the Wolfen Empire.
So he shakes his head rather vigorously and he says, "Oh, no. If anyone in town was doing that, it would be no one would do that. Not even the Vipers.
Okay.
We all like our freedom here. We don't want the Empire coming around here."
That's right. Scumbag loyalists. Okay, cool. I think that's all I need to ask at the moment of Pinch. But I will kind of just be like, "Hey, Pinch, like if you see me walking around, like just keep an eye on my back, because like I already know like I haven't made friends. I've been here for less than a day, and I know people are going to be coming after me."
And of course, misfits always look out for each other.
Hell yeah, I bump elbows and we give the secret handshake. And
Right.
Yeah, and then when I get back out to the streets, I on the double want to find some vipers.
Okay. So yeah, you start circling around, and it seems like most of them are congregating down at Jenny's.
Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of go chill. I'll go to Jenny's and find some orcs and just be like, "I like your tattoo." which is my worst nightmare. Some stranger came out. It was like, "I like your tattoo." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus."
Leave me alone.
I know. I don't know what else to say. I'll be like, "Hey, like vipers, huh? Me too."
That's a nice viper, but I just wanted to let you know it's anatomically incorrect.
Fine. I got tattoos too, man. So you don't want to mess with me. Yeah, I just kind of want to go up to these orcs and yeah, just be like, "Vipers, huh? Who do you work for?"
So the orcs all look up at you, and the biggest of them, stands up, and he's, I mean, you're tall, but he's still got a couple inches on you, and he just says, "Who wants to know, stranger?"
"My name is Guthormr." And I'm not like standing on my tippy toes. But I am kind of like puffed up a bit, and I know how these fools communicate. So I'm like, I'll like spit on the ground, be like, "My name's Guthormr," and I'm looking to talk to Hellfire.
So the orcs all, exchange looks. Why don't you make a just a straight D100 roll for me?
Okay. I was gonna say, if there's a parallel box around or some rings.
Yeah. There's just a full gymnastic course set up.
I do a backflip and
check this out. Maestro, cue up the music. Do your rhythmic routine.
I got a 62.
All right, 62. Okay, so there's this moment of uncomfortable silence as they're looking at each other, and you hear a floorboard creaking about 3 feet behind you, as of somebody trying to come up behind you stealthily.
Ooh. Oh man, I guess I'm gonna turn around rather quickly. Or like maybe no. I'm gonna do the real cool like glance over my shoulder.
All right. You see that it is a rather, rough-looking human. He's got a big livid scar down one side of his face.
Sick.
And you can see the glint of cold steel under his cloak there.
I'm going to say, are we going to have to take this outside?
So the big orc says, how do you know Hellfire's name?
I'm gonna say let me think here. So from what so orc shamans are orcs. So I guess game question. Are orcs monsters in this game?
Technically not.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just as much, humanoids as the next humanoid.
Okay, fair. So yeah, as soon as it's like, how do you know Hellfire's name? I'm gonna say, I can get all kinds of information from people, kind of like insinuating like I can torture and I can get whatever I want from you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the orc's definitely sizing you up. So let's see. Let's see what he thinks of you here. Okay.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a bluff. Like, I don't think Guthormr I don't think he would torture somebody, but he would definitely like punch somebody in the face and be like, tell me who you work for.
Yeah. All right. So so the orc's sizing you up, and then he's gonna try and headbutt you. So
Sick.
let's see how this fight turns out.
Okay. Also, David, I didn't know how long you wanted to go tonight. I'm like, ooh, I want to go do this.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You're doing great.
Okay.
Yeah, we can, we'll have our climactic combat here, right?
Okay, cool.
Wrap it up. So, so basically we're going to roll initiative.
Okie dokie.
That's a D100. And you're going to add your speed plus any other attribute bonuses you might have.
My speed. Okay, so I got a 57 and I rolled a 57. My speed is 14, so I'm at like 70, 71, 72. Mm-hmm. Do I need a calculator? Good Lord.
All right, 50. I rolled a 50, and let's see. Let's get a quick value for his speed here. 62. Okay, looks like you beat him. So yeah, you can see him cocking his head back, like he's gonna go in for a headbutt. What do you want to do?
When his head goes back for the headbutt, I'm gonna uppercut his jaw.
All right.
Just kinetic energy from the foot to the hip to the fucking wrist, or to the arm, I guess, to the shoulder to the arm. Anyways. Okay, so this is obviously martial arts. I'm not trying to stab him. I'm not trying to kill anybody here.
Right.
I just want, like, if I will, I'll like gouge somebody's eye out if I have to. But like, for the most part, I just want to rough these dudes up. So I know I have a crush attack and I've got martial arts and stuff like that. So, well, how do you think I should do this?
Okay, so basically this is just going to be a very simple and straightforward strike roll using your martial arts strike bonus.
Okay.
So it's a D100 plus your physical prowess plus your strike bonus.
Okay. Okay. D100 is very low, 36.
Oh, all right.
Physical prowess is 16.
Okay, so that's 52.
That's right. Thank you. And then plus my strike is 5.
5. So 57. Okay, so what he'll do is he's gonna, since he was leaning back anyway, he's just gonna try and dodge out of the way as your fist comes up, And so he's gonna roll D100 plus his physical prowess plus his dodge bonus, which is nil. All right.
Should I, and real quick, what does what is pull punch again? I mean, is that like I'm not trying to kill him?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think I'm gonna pull punch too.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to put him on his ass, but I'm not I'm not trying to like knock his teeth out.
Okay. That's a separate roll if you do hit. So let's see.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. We'll keep it simple. I don't care if this dude's head pops off.
So what did we say? 57?
57.
57. Okay. All right. So
just roll lower than that for me.
Let's see. Ooh, well, let's see. It's going to come down to what I roll for his physical prowess. Since I didn't generate that ahead of time. And let's see here. Orcs have physical prowess, so 3d6. Okay. So I rolled a 44.
And
he has a physical prowess of 7. So I got a 51. So you
Yay! Woohoo! All right, yeah. Dope. So yeah, I get my martial arts, I have 3 attacks.
Correct.
So do I just keep laying into him or what?
Right. So the way this works is you manage to hit. So first you're gonna roll damage. Now, technically there is an uppercut strike, but you haven't learned it yet.
Okay, fair.
So this is more just like kind of like it's in the shape of an uppercut, but it's not a true uppercut, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so it's just a D4 damage, which you probably don't even have to pull that punch. It's
okay.
It's
okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. And I also have the roundhouse.
You do have a roundhouse kick. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So my D4 was a 1.
Okay. And then what's your damage bonus?
4. So 5.
5 points. All right. Respectable. All right. So you give him a glancing blow on his chin as he tries to pull away. So the way the combat works is, you have up to 3 attacks per round. Basically, as long as you keep hitting and they aren't able to parry or dodge, you can keep going until you run out of attacks. You see? Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Sick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I want to do that. And then what I would like to do, because I know that like this dude's not a huge problem to me right now. Like he was just going to headbutt me, but I know the dude behind me has a knife. So I would like to roundhouse kick the guy behind me.
Yeah. All right. Nice. All right, go for it. So it's the same basic thing. Like strike bonuses don't get divvied up by type of attack. It's just strike bonus is a strike bonus. So
okay, sick. Okay, so this attack I got a 79 plus 5. That's an 84.
Great. All right, let's see about this fool. He's got a 13 physical prowess. 52. Even with his parry bonus, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Right, so he tries to block your kick with his forearms, but it's not happening. So
it is not happening.
Yeah. All right. So you roundhouse this dude, and
this is 2D. So 2d6 for my roundhouse, and then I add my damage modifier, right?
Plus damage bonus. Yeah.
Okay, 6. So that's 10 damage.
Ouch. All right.
So this full. So the first orc, leans his head back to headbutt me. Instead uppercut, I probably just like punch him in the face, just a straight up like punch jab. He gets knocked back a couple, and I can feel the dude behind me. I roundhouse kicked him.
Yeah.
And then I guess I don't have I can't rip anybody's throat out right now or anything. But
don't go full roadhouse just yet.
I know, I'm trying hard not to.
Did you ever watch the riff tracks for Roadhouse?
No, but I really want
so good. So when the guy's like, he's got Patrick Swayze and he's about to like he's about to, beat the shit out of him, and he goes, "I used to fuck guys like you in prison." And like Mike Nelson's like, "How is that an insult to me?" Like
totally. All right. And then let me think. I don't have any fancy hand strikes, huh?
Not really. No, that's
okay.
A little. I noticed that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I guess I am Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse.
You
can. What the dice gave me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I'm gonna hit that dude. Is there like a third guy around me, or if not, or
it's just kind of these two dudes.
Okay.
You could definitely go for a tackle if you wanted to, because that includes a knockdown component if you're trying to knock somebody over.
Okay.
Or just keep punching. I mean, you've landed a couple solid blows here. Like your roundhouse, like definitely hit the guy in the solar plexus. He's like, like
Sick.
so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, when that happens,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tackle the orc who was gonna headbutt me because I want to
Okay.
take him to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. So you kind of launch yourself back in the orc's direction.
Totally.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. And then what do I add to this? Oh, just my strike bonus, right?
Strike again. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, cool. So I got a 47. My strike is 5, so that puts me to 52.
Okay.
Not as great, but
Yep.
fingers crossed.
All right, he's going to try and dodge again. And whoa, that's a 0-8. So I get to roll again and subtract.
Oh, now we're talking.
But then I rolled a 0-4. What is going on? This is so weird. All right, so that's a net of 4.
Sick.
I mean, yeah, you got him.
So punch the first dude in the face, roundhouse kick the dude behind me, and then I go full circle and just leap on the orc in front of me, take him to the ground.
Yeah.
And I've got my eyes are crazy open, I look like a psychopath, and I'm an inch from his face, my mouth is foaming, and I'm take me to hellfire.
All right, you do D4 damage plus your damage bonus to him as well. So go ahead and roll that.
That is 8 damage.
Nice. Okay, so take me to hellfire, you say, as you flick it, splatter his face with your spittle.
Totally.
And I think we'll leave it off there. So
oh, nice.
Yeah. That's great. I love that.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good combat. I like that.
Yeah, it's a very cinematic style, with basically I part of my house rules is the whole bit about you get to keep attacking as long as you're succeeding. So
and that's cool because it's it's not kind of like Warhammer Fantasy, but when you get the momentum, you get to keep going.
You get that momentum, exactly.
And I like that a lot.
Yeah, when I was playtesting it a couple weeks ago, my character, I think he had 5 attacks, per round, but it was fighting 4 dudes at once, and
Sick.
I mean, it's just oh man, please, let me just get this last attack in,
it kind of is desperate. I'm it looks so cool in my head. I'm please God, these dice, let them work.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, let me just total up your XP here. So
ooh.
Yeah, I think as I mentioned during character creation that the XP system is very much based around actions and kind of character decisions. So I was giving you XP for all your in character, rationales of why you would be doing this or that.
Oh,
and
awesome.
then your insight that this is almost certainly a trap, but you're going to go ahead and do it anyway was definitely worth XP. So,
cool.
And then, a little bit of combat XP here as well.
Just a little. I'm going to try to squeeze combat in every game, but
sure.
But yeah, Guthormr is definitely he's the guy who does what he has to,
Yeah, I'm getting that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm I don't know. It's definitely I can see the Han Solo coming out in him, of of all right, let's see where we can go with this, and let's see what scheme or what gambling just with who's gonna pay me the most, and I'm gonna go show these orcs who's boss.
Yeah.
And if they pull a blade on me, and now you've seen what happens, I just beat the hell out of 2 of your dudes.
Exactly. No, that was great. So 475.
Whoa.
Session. And your threshold for second level is 1900.
Oh, cool.
So
okay.
We're
on our way. I like that. Badass, dude. Great session. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So, and I think, just to reinforce, I'm throwing a lot of things at you because honestly, I don't have any grand plan. I mean, I kind of do on some levels, but it's also kind of if you want to join the Vipers, join the Misfits. Don't join anybody. It's cool.
Right.
Leave Badland behind, move on to the next thing. It's totally cool. So.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. That's good to know. Because I mean, obviously, as a fellow forever GM, you know, like you put effort into the hooks and you're like, just take the hook.
Take the goddamn hook. No, I mean, you could have told Alyssa to get stuffed and walked out of there. That would have been fine, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, you do a good job of like making it intriguing, you know, like 20,000 gold. Okay. Yeah. Now we got to see where this is going.
I'd be a fool not to take it.
I know, for real. Yeah. Like it's a win-win. I get to retire or I get to kill her, like one of the two.
Sure. But you should have a torrid love affair first and then kill her.
Correct. Yeah. I would love for her to be like my champagne villain, you know, like
okay, duly noted.
But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.